Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Of course, it's your girl NJ. You guys, how you doing? I hope you're good and I hope that you're all having a swell day. So today I would like to talk about something a bit personal, something I know that many of us have been through. I was recently talking to a friend of mine who had, recently gone through something, and when we're done talking, it was just, normal. I gave her the emotional support that she needed, and a few days later she called me and she was thanking me about our talk and all that, how everything I said to her helped her and all that good stuff, and it really warmed my heart. And I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, I could actually come here and share. Maybe it could help someone else, or something like that. You get my point. So I am here. I would like to share how I moved on from something that really hurts me, and maybe my story will also help someone else, like it helped my friend. Okay, so the first step to actually moving on from something that really hurts you is acknowledging the pain. That's really important. Sometimes we pretend we're okay when we're hurt because we don't want people to see us as weak. But for me, the first step was just simply admitting I'm hurt. I didn't rush myself. I gave myself permission to feel everything, like the confusion, the disappointment, the anger, and all that. In the society that we live in, I understand how someone may not want to show that they've been hurt because, like I stated earlier, you don't want people to see you as weak and stuff like that. But that's not helping you. Sometimes we don't have to think about how others see us and then we're just hurting. You just need to admit, yes, this thing hurt me. It's like saying, this is the problem I have. And once you've admitted it, you can now tackle it. Right? So I feel like it's really, really important to acknowledge the pain, and that's actually the first step to healing. Secondly, I stopped asking, why me? At some point, I realized that asking why me wasn't helping. Life happens. People hurt you. Situations break us. And instead of staying in that place of questioning, I started asking, what can I learn from this? And honestly, that question shifted everything. I see no gain in dwelling in why me, that question, because that why me, it will just take you into one kind of space like that, and then you now start remembering things that happened 100 years ago and start saying, oh, why is everything always happening to me? Why me? Am I not this, am I not that? See, just take yourself away from that space. Stop asking why me. Just think about what you can learn from the situation and make sure it does not repeat itself. It's as simple as that. It's not easy, but once you've done that, you just feel peace, honestly. Thirdly, and very important, I allowed myself to let go. Letting go isn't easy. No, it's not. It's not a one-day thing. Some days I felt strong. Other days, I went right back to the memory, right? But I kept reminding myself that holding on to it wasn't protecting me. It was keeping me stuck. So I made a decision. I won't let this pain define me. And that's it. Also, it's not easy, right? Because even sometimes when you're, trying to be strong and all that, something might happen that will just pop up one memory and just take you right back to that space. You withdraw and just start thinking, but why would this happen? Why would this person do this to me? This one, that one. If you keep doing that, honestly, you're never going to get your healing. So you just have to let go. As difficult as it may be, you just have to let go. The next step, and this is a really important step, I talked to God about it. Now, this part was major for me. I prayed, and sometimes I didn't even have the words. I'll just sit quietly and say, God, please heal me. And little by little, He did. God has a way of touching places inside us that nobody else can. Honestly, no matter what it is, no matter how little it is, there's nothing God cannot do, no matter how little or how big, right? They're all the same in His eyes. Even if, maybe people make you feel like God has more important things to do, world hunger and all that stuff, don't listen. God said, come to Him in any situation. So just go to God. Have faith and just tell Him to heal you. Pray to Him to heal you. And little by little, you're definitely going to get your healing. Just keep believing, have faith, and just give yourself time to heal. Next step is I stopped replaying the story. Yes. I used to replay the situation in my head over and over. What they did, what I said, how I could have handled it differently, how they could have handled it differently. But I realized that healing doesn't happen when you keep opening the wound. Hear that again, healing doesn't happen when you keep opening up the wound. So I stopped feeding the memory. I unfollowed, I muted, I avoided anything that triggered me. I protected my peace. And guys, this is really, really important. Especially when you're surrounded by people who just keep rehashing the things that happened or whatever. My dear, you just have to mute the noise. Because that's what it is. Noise. Mute it all and just protect your peace and move on from the hurt, or try to move on from the hurt. You get the point, right? Next thing is I focused on myself. I started doing things that brought me joy again, taking care of my skin, spending time with God, watching funny videos, my favorite series, cooking, and just hanging out with family, just things that I actually enjoy. Now, when you focus on yourself, it becomes easier to see the future instead of the past. Clock it. I don't even know if I used that right. Now the next step, and this is very important, might be very difficult, but this is very, very important. I forgive. Not because they deserved it, but because I deserve the peace. Now this part is hard to admit, but forgiveness helped me the most. Not to bring the person back into my life, no. Not to excuse what happened, no, not at all, but simply to free my heart. I realized that I can forgive and still keep my distance. I can heal and still choose better for myself. Yeah, that's very important. Forgive. Once you forgive, it feels like, there's this burden that has been lifted off your shoulder. At least for me, that's what it felt like. And I feel like it's the final and most important step. Forgive. Well, yeah, I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else. I think that's about it. If you know more ways to actually move on from hurt, let's chit chat in the comment section, because we learn every day and I'll be so glad to read your comments. But yeah, this is how I basically moved on from, something or things or people that really hurt me. It wasn't magic, it wasn't instant, but every day I made small choices that helped me heal. And so if you're going through something right now, please remember this. You will not feel this way forever. Healing is slow, but it is sure. Well, now that's all for that's all for now, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if this helped you in any way, please like, comment, and share. And of course, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I'm going to see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.